I finally found you. You're a con artist's mother. How dare you live like this? I will never forgive you. I'll make you pay for the rest of your life. Yes? What's this all of a sudden? I mean, who are you? Don't play dumb with me. You're in on it too. Go ahead and apologize. Huh? You've been calling me a fraud and a cahoot for a while now. You've got the wrong guy, don't you? Of course not. You're Ellen Smith, Alex's mother, isn't that right? Yes, but... Right? Then you should know that. Ask yourself. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Huh? To begin with, who are you? How do you know my WhatsApp account? Damn it, I can't help it. My name is Janet. I'm your son's girlfriend, Janet Johnson. I found your WhatsApp account on his phone too. What? My son? Well, I'm actually his ex-girlfriend. It's your son's fault, so I'll explain it to you now. Huh? He did terrible things to me. He played me. I'm the poor woman. He dumped me for a marriage scam. Marriage scam? That's right. Your son cheated me out of marriage. Your son made me pay $300,000 for a marriage scam. Our Alex? $300,000? I'm telling you it was. You, the mother, got a little money from him anyway, didn't you? You're in league with your son and you're framing me. From what I hear, your husband is rich, isn't he? You're the wife of a celebrity, and yet you go to the extent of marriage fraud to rip off the regular people. What a greedy bitch. Huh? That's why I want you to take responsibility. Responsibility? I'm asking you to show me your sincerity. What exactly? Return the $300,000 I contributed. I'll forgive you for that as a settlement. And I'm pregnant. You'll have to take full responsibility for that. Pregnant? I don't think so, but you're not joking about being pregnant with his child, are you? I'm not joking, I'm serious. Alex and I were promised to be married. I lent him $300,000 because I thought I would be his wife. And yet, when I told him I was pregnant, he said he had no intention to marry me and ran away. What? I was so shocked and frustrated that I cried and swelled up. I mean, I'm still crying. I know you can't see it. He ruined my life. I'm a grown woman in shock, crying for 3 days and 3 nights. If you're a mother, you should at least take responsibility for what your son has done. If you return the $300,000 and have him father my child, I'll stop suing you for marriage fraud. I'll marry him. It's a small price to pay for all this, isn't it? Besides, Ellen, it'll be your first grandchild. I don't think it's a bad deal at all. There is no way my son could do such a thing, though, is there? You must be mistaken. Are you still saying that after all this time? Because it's just too funny. Do you still want to think there's no way my child would do something like that? I know you want to think that, but this is real. I'm the victim, and this is how it really is. If I sue, Alex and you, who are in on it, will go to jail. You became a rich wife, and now you're going to hell in a handbasket. Besides, your husband's status and honor will also fall to the ground. It's not very nice to have a wife and son who are engaging in marriage fraud. If you don't want that to happen, refund the $300,000 and get married. I won't budge on anything else. You have 1 week to get the money and the wedding ready. You can't just go ahead with this one-sided talk. I'm still not convinced. That's enough. I said I'll settle out of court and make it easy on you with the settlement money and the wedding. If you don't agree, the fact is that I was deceived. It's not a dream or an illusion, it's the truth. If you insist that much, I can turn you in to the police right now. I understand. Since this is coming out of the blue, may I have a moment to talk with my husband? I'm sure I've got the wrong person, but I need to confirm the facts. There's no way I could be mistaken, but okay. $300,000 is a lot of money, and I'm sure you don't have it in your hands. Put your trust in your rich husband and ask him to get it for you. After the family meeting, please proceed with marriage and the $300,000. Call me after work. I need to talk to you about something. Oh, I just finished. I just arrived at the hotel where I'm on a business trip. What's up? Well, I got a text that I don't understand. Alex was a marriage scammer, and the woman he paid $300,000 to was pregnant. Huh? Marriage scam? Alex? The person who texted me, someone named Janet, sent that to me. Isn't that just a prank? There's no way he could have done that in the first place. Or maybe she is misunderstanding something. I'm sure she misunderstood something too. She said, "You're a rich man." She called me a rich man's wife and said I'm ripping off the regular people with marriage scams. I'm rich? Well, I have to support my wife and kids, and I'm confident I'm not poor. I work hard every day to make that happen, and I don't think I'm what you'd call rich. I think she's got the wrong guy, or she's harassing you or something. If you let it go, she'll give up. I don't think you need to worry about it. But I don't have any idea who the person named Janet is, and I'm afraid that the person knew my WhatsApp account. The person named Janet said she found it on Alex's phone. How is that possible? I don't know where the information leaked from, but I'm kind of scared to leave it alone. Well, you're right. Alex doesn't have any idea? Nope. I don't think I knew anyone by that name either. I see. Then I don't know where she knew me from. Anyway, I'm leaving tomorrow too. Maybe you should take Alex and evacuate tonight just in case. That's right. Janet might know where we live, so I'll call my parents and ask my father to pick us up. Yeah, that's a good idea. Also, maybe you shouldn't reply to her until you know for sure. Your father's a police officer. If you're at your parents' house, I feel safer. Yeah, that's right. I'll keep an eye on it and think about it while I deal with it. Okay, well, I'll get ready to go as soon as I can. Oh, if you need anything else, you let me know right away. Thanks. I'll call you when I get to my parents' house.
Take care.
Hey, Ellen. How was the family meeting last night? Why didn't you call me? Well, okay. I'll take it that if you don't call me, it means that you'll have the $300,000 and the wedding within a week as you promised. If you don't keep your promise after a week, I'll sue you. Zach, I found out who that Janet is.
Really?
And I also found out who that Alex is.
Oh.
Can you come over to my parents' house after work so we can talk about the details?
Okay.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Janet. I've spoken to my husband and called you. Oh, it's you. For the past week, you haven't even replied to my... I knew it. I'll make it $400,000 in an overseas wedding. Tell that to your rich husband. Otherwise, I'll sue you as soon as I can. Listen, Janet. My child is 2 years old. Huh? And she's a girl. So it's impossible for Alex to get you pregnant. Huh? What are you talking about? What do you mean, a 2-year-old girl? I hope you will forgive me for putting the information out there after the fact, but it's for my daughter's safety. I wish you had done your research better before coming on WhatsApp too. What do you mean? You got my account from a friend of my mom friend's. What? A mama friend? She contacted me. She told me that our 2-year-old Alex did something and she had to pay a settlement to a young lady, so I gave her my ID. Did you hear from her? I said, You're kidding! Those young mothers who were chatting in that park, are they your mom friends? Yes, they are. Those mama friends seem to imagine that Alex broke something or got out of control and hurt her. My daughter is smart and quiet, and she wouldn't do such a thing. I don't remember having to pay any settlement money at all. I complained to them that they should not believe your one-sided story. I wondered if they might have been talking about you. I asked them to look at the photo you sent me, and they said there was no doubt about it. My picture? Could it be that you were talking about the picture of me crying? Yes. You're kidding! How can you know that? I processed it properly. It's true that the lower half of your face in the photo you sent to me was hidden by the processing. But the eyes were showing in order to show that you were crying. They recognize you by your hair color, and the watch you were wearing. What the hell? I asked them to elaborate on the situation at that time. They said that you approached them when I was talking about my plan to buy Alex a toy airplane for her 3rd birthday for $30. What? $30? Not $300,000? Yes. A toy airplane? Not a real airplane? Yes. Alex likes airplanes because my husband likes radio-controlled airplanes. She wants to become an airplane pilot in the future. What? That's not my Alex at all. That's what I've been saying from the beginning. I repeat, my Alex is a 2-year-old girl. And our family is not the kind of people that can afford a $300,000 airplane. I wanted to meet Alex, so I was walking around that area looking for his house. And I overheard you talking about getting him a $300,000 airplane. And since it sounded like he was from a wealthy family, I was sure it was Alex I was looking for. I thought to myself,
I see. So you were mishearing the story that jumped into your head, and that's why you acted so annoyed.
mishearing? No way.
The Alex you're referring to was a male friend of yours when you were attending university in Boston. And his family is wealthy. That's why you called me a rich man's wife.
Yes, but do you know him?
I think that Alex is someone who used to live in our neighborhood.
Really? Then do you know where Alex is now?
I'm from a different city, so I don't know him. But my neighbor told me that I heard that after graduating from university, he got a job at an overseas company and has been away from the US for 7 years.
7 years ago?
Especially in the last 2 years, he hasn't returned to the US due to the recent global situation. So there is no chance that you will conceive his child.
Huh?
What on earth do you think you're doing? Calling this a marriage scam? Getting pregnant?
Oh my God. Yes, that's right. As you can see, it's all a lie.
I knew it.
It's all his fault. When we were in college, no matter how often I asked him out, he never took me seriously. In fact, he started going out with another girl. Don't you think that's terrible?
That's a question that's hard for me to answer, not knowing what happened back then.
But I still couldn't forget him. I had heard that his parents lived in this town when I was in college, so I came all the way here to visit him. And yet, I jumped at the chance to being talked about Alex, thinking it was my lucky timing. I had no idea that it was actually about a completely different Alex.
No, and then you told me you were pregnant and that he was a marriage cheat? How could anyone believe you when you hadn't seen him for years?
He's not much of a drinker, so I figured he could just get drunk and pretend we had sex.
No, that's sloppy.
Shut up! Oh, I'm so mad at you. If you make me look like a fool anymore, I'm going to hurt you.
What do you say?
I'm right in front of your house. I broke all the flower pots in front of your front door. I'm going to kick you and your daughter like this. You're in the house now, aren't you? The curtains are closed, but there's a shadow figure moving. You're sneaking inside watching me. Stop sneaking around and come out. Apologize, and while you're at it, pay me $400,000.
You're so screwed up. But I can't.
Then fine. I'll break the window and get in the house.
I'm not in the house, okay?
That's a blatant lie. I can see you. I'll drag you out and make you apologize.
It's my father in the house. Even though you've mistaken her for the wrong person, you've been threatening me a lot, and I've been very scared. I consulted my father, who is a police officer, to stay inside the house. My husband and I and my daughter are in a safe place, and it's not only pointless to break the glass to get in. You will be caught red-handed for breaking and entering. I said, from the looks of it, it looks like he's already caught you. A few minutes later, I received a phone call from my father, informing me that Janet had been caught red-handed for breaking and entering. He also demanded compensation for the threats she had made, as well as for breaking the flower pots. With the money, my family decided to move out of the house. I am relieved that the case is now closed and we are safe. By the way, I understand that Janet prepared the compensation by borrowing money from her parents. She had never worked hard before and had been living off her parents. She was taken to a job with a dormitory and told to take this opportunity to work hard. She is now doing hard physical labor.
Hey, Sasha. How have you been? It's been a while, hasn't it? Did you miss me? Hey now. Come on. It's your old love, Hugo. You don't need to ignore my messages like that. I'm not going to annoy you, I can promise you that much. And look, your beloved ex-husband is going out of his way just to get back in contact with you. You should feel honored.
Not you. Beloved, huh? I don't think so. What do you even want after all this time?
Oh, there we go. You finally looked at your messages.
I kept getting your annoying notifications over and over, so I had to tell you to stop. Especially after that ridiculous comment suggesting that I still had feelings for you. Damn it. I went through the trouble of changing my number so this wouldn't happen, too. Who told you about this number, huh? God, I'd love to have a word with them.
Hey now, no need to be so cranky. I get it. You haven't talked to me in a while and you were sad that we couldn't exchange numbers. I totally get it.
Why would I ever want to speak to you again, huh? If anything, I don't want to spend a second more talking with you. You're just a nuisance who only turned my life for the worse without offering any benefits to being around you. I don't even know what you're thinking whenever I talk to you. What's your end goal for doing this anyways? I only responded to you purely to correct all of the dumb assumptions you were making about me having feelings for you. That is all.
Yeah, I don't need any of those lies. I understand what you're really feeling, deep down. Well, on to a much more interesting topic. When do you want me to move in over to where you're at?
Huh? You want to move houses? I have no clue what you're even talking about, Hugo.
Oh, come on now. You don't need to keep playing dumb. Just drop the act. You're getting a new house built soon. I know everything.
Huh? Why would you know that?
Well, I just so happened to pass by your street one day and noticed that your house was getting some touch-ups. It was an old house after all. Someone seems to be getting a renovation. And by the looks of things, that's not a house just for one person. I mean, look at the size of that.
What are you implying, huh? And why do you even know about this whole situation? Were you stalking me or something?
Now, let's put that aside for now. I'm just glad that you're still thinking about me after all of this time. I mean, you chose a house that the both of us could live in. Talk about being generous.
You're delusional, Hugo. I'm so glad I'm not engaged to you anymore.
Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. But I will say, you should have told me sooner if this was the case all along. Or was this your cute little way of trying to surprise me, Anyways, I'm going to have to deal with all of my documents saying I moved region now, so I won't be able to move in right away. See, we could have avoided this if you had told me sooner.
Again, I have no idea what you're trying to imply. I have no plans whatsoever to get back together with you, let alone live under the same roof.
Look, what I'm trying to say is this. I don't need this kind of bitterness about you lying about your true feelings like this, okay? I'll just adjust moving in to when the house is all renovated and completed, so don't worry about organizing the things on my end. I'll come by every now and then to check up on the progress, though. I don't want to miss the big day when it all gets done.
There's one thing I need to make very clear with you. You better get this through your thick skull.
Yeah? What's that? Are you going to tell me how much you love me? Are you finally admitting that you wanted me all this time and you couldn't wait to start living with me again?
No. You wish. I've already gotten married.
What do you mean? Oh, right. You were married to me at one point.
Hugo, stop being so immature and listen to what I'm saying. I've gone and married someone that isn't you, so I have absolutely no intention at all to get remarried to you.
You're married to some mystery man now, are you? Yeah. Cut the crap. I can see right through your lies.
So even when I say it directly, you really won't believe me?
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get back at me for leaving you alone for so long. I feel for you. I really do. But I'll make it up to you by spending my time with you going forward.
I seriously hate talking to you. You're this close to getting blocked.
Look, I saw with my own two eyes that you were building a house that was big enough to fit an entire family. Of course that was going to be for us to live in. Your parents aren't with you anymore, unfortunately. Which would only mean that I'm the one and only person left in your life that you would be willing to spend your life with. Not to mention, you've gone the extra mile and considered bringing in my parents into the mix from the looks of that house. Aren't you an absolute angel? But there you go. I couldn't see this going any other way than us getting married again. I know it. You want to get back with me. That's why you're trying to go through the trouble of getting a house that big. Look, I'm right on the mark, right? Of course I am.
I don't even know where to begin with how baffled I am after hearing all of that. Anyways, I keep telling you this, and you need to listen. I do not want to get back with you. You understand? The whole situation with getting a big house has nothing to do with you or your parents. So just lay off it and stop contacting me.
All right. I get it. It's been 5 years at this point. So of course me coming out of the blue to talk to you would come to you as a surprise. I'll leave it up to you then. Contact me when you've calmed down and organized all your thoughts, okay? Hey, Sasha! Been a while, hasn't it? Hope you didn't miss me too much. It's your beloved man, Hugo. I hope you've reorganized all of your thoughts now. I must say, I'm very impressed with how the house is going. When I walked by the other day, I noticed that there was a car parked. That must be yours. Which must mean you've already comfortably moved in at this point. Anyways, I'll head over there now. Just as a little surprise greeting, you know. Can't wait to move in with you and live together like the old days. I'll bring my parents too, of course.
Hold on a second. Don't tell me you're actually planning on moving in with both your parents.
Oh, Sasha, my beloved. So you finally decided to text me back. What a relief. Why didn't you respond to my messages yesterday? I mean, there's acting hard to get, then there's just straight up ignoring me. I'm your one and only husband. You have to respect me more. How about responding to the messages of the man you're married to? Come on now.
There's so much for me to correct you on about all of this. But for your information, I didn't respond because I couldn't yesterday. I was out all day and my phone's battery was completely done. I plugged my phone in just a little bit ago and I was stunned by the amount of texts you shot me.
Oh, come on, stop exaggerating. Though I guess you were just that happy about receiving texts from your one true love that it was shocking. I get you.
God, stop being delusional in your own little world, please! Can't you tell that I'm genuinely uncomfortable about all of this stuff you've been going on about?
Oh, come off it. I know you're still just playing hard to get because you love me so much. I mean, this is all just completely textbook to hiding your true affection.
Ugh, you're driving me crazy! Just stop talking to me, for God's sake! Why do I have to welcome you, the man who cheated on me with another woman, along with your parents who yelled at me and verbally abused me for breaking up with you, huh? I don't have any reason to restart a life with you in any capacity.
Look, about the whole cheating thing. Why don't we go ahead and brush that aside and move on?
Why would I ever do that? Do you know how much that hurt me?
Well, my mom said the same thing to you, if you remember. But that was all on you for not being attractive enough as the woman to satisfy me at the time. That's what it all boils down to. If anything, you should have paid for the divorce procedures instead of me for being so undesirable. But for some reason, I ended up paying for it all. And then over the 5 years after that, I ended up getting dumped by the chick I was going out with anyways and get fired from my job to make things worse. Rumors started spreading about me around the neighborhood too. It was all so awful. That's why you need to live in resentment for causing all this grief upon me going forward.
You're saying I need to live in resentment?
Well, I took it that you ended up feeling so resentful that you bought a house for us all to live in and patch everything up, right?
That is absolutely not why I ended up buying a new house.
Wait, calm down for a second, okay? Let's just push aside the past. We're going to be meeting up soon, so let's just forget everything and start over.
Well, I don't want to see you ever again, okay?
And while we've been texting back and forth, guess what has happened? I've just arrived at the house.
Wait, what?
I've come along with my parents in preparations to move in with you. I have all the marriage documents all sorted, so we can start living as husband and wife as soon as you'd like.
You're kidding me.
All of my luggage is going to be sent over here in the afternoon. All I have to do is wait here. Oh, and I'll leave the payments for that to you. I still haven't paid for it yet, and I think you should step in as the house owner.
You actually came here.
I sure did. Don't believe me? Look out of your window.
Huh? Wait a second.
Yeah? Surprised that I'm here. Take a good look at your beloved husband for the first time in 5 years. You're too shocked to even type back to me, huh? I don't blame you. But come on, hurry up and let us in. This is our emotional reunion, after all.
I hate to break it to you, but no one is outside?
What do you mean?
I'm saying there's no one outside standing at my house's entrance.
Huh? Wait, hold on now. Don't be playing hard to get even now. You can't be serious, right?
I'm not lying. I don't see a single person in sight.
Wait, seriously?
Where are you right now?
No, I'm saying I'm standing outside of your house. You would definitely see if you looked out the window.
I'm asking, what address are you at?
Huh? Why would I need to tell you your address? This is your old house, for God's sake.
Old house?
Well, I mean, this was the house you lived at 5 years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday, though. I used to live in this neighborhood too, you know. I can't just forget your house just because I haven't been to it in a few years.
So you're in A City then? That would make a lot of sense.
Of course I am. Where else would I be? What kind of trick question are you trying to throw at me anyways? Even my parents are excited about this whole situation since they're planning on teaching you how to be a good wife and beating it all into you. So you better do your best as my personal housewife.
I'm already a housewife. I literally told you this before and you didn't believe me.
Oh, come on. I don't need your cute little lies anymore.
I had no clue what you were trying to pull off or where you even got that confidence that you could go through with this plan of yours. But I think I finally understand what you ended up doing.
What are you talking about?
Well, for starters, I might as well break the news to you. I ended up selling my old house in A City.
Huh? Hold on. You sold it?
Congratulations! You figured out how to read.
Wait, why though?
I lived in that house for over 2 years after we went through the divorce. But I noticed that the house was getting pretty old and I wanted a new change in scenery altogether after all that had happened.
No way.
And I ended up renting out an apartment for myself since I was living by myself after that. But now I live happily with my husband and his parents right now.
Your husband? What do you mean?
Maybe I should send you a dictionary. I married a man that one of my friends introduced me to.
And you live with his parents too?
Well, yeah. Not only is it a good way to save up some money before we decide to move elsewhere, but his parents are lovely people, unlike someone's parents.
Hold on. What are you implying?
I married him because, unlike you, he was kind to me from the very beginning. Though I guess you believe in the whole tough love thing, don't you? With you assuming I'm playing hard to get when I'm genuinely annoyed at you? But this is reality.
I can't believe this.
What don't you get?
You're saying all of that, but you're just trying to get a reaction out of me, aren't you?
Absolutely not.
No, I know. I need you to live with me going forward. I already moved out of my old apartment in order to live with you here. I can't just go back and cancel all of that. Besides, both me and my dad have quit our jobs to start a new life here.
What are you talking about? Wait, don't tell me you were planning on living without working by using the money I make at work?
Well, I thought you had enough money to afford renovations and stuff.
I mean, I guess I did build up a house that was big enough to hold a family, but that's located somewhere completely different. But to think that my old address was getting renovated at the exact same time. I suppose coincidences happen.
You're lying. Please, open the door already. And let's get married again and live like we used to.
You're just an idiot through and through, huh?
What?
You know I don't drive, right?
Wait, you don't?
Yeah, I'm surprised you forgot. But I remember you saying something about seeing a car parked there. Obviously, that's another household entirely. So there you have it. You've literally been standing in front of a stranger's house for the past 20 minutes.
How? I can't believe it.
Look, just hurry up and get off their property before it causes a commotion. You're literally one step away from being arrested for trespassing. Especially if the people living there are at home right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they reported 3 random people standing in front of their gate at this point.
Wait, hold on. The cops are here now. What's going on?
Well, there you go. Game over for you, it seems.
What do I do?
No clue. That's for you to figure out.
You can't just throw this all on me. You were the reason I ended up getting confused.
Well, please. This has nothing to do with me at this point, so deal with it yourself. Afterwards, rumors spread all the way to me that my ex-husband and his parents ended up getting detained by the police for fleeing the scene. And to make matters worse, they weren't in any position to explain their situation, as they couldn't say they were going to be moving into that house when the owners hadn't heard anything about the situation. Eventually, they ended up leaving without getting into any further trouble, but the police seemed to want to keep a close eye on them going forward. Now Hugo and his family have a few problems on their plates. The first being not having a place to live, and the second being that none of them have jobs anymore. And because I cut all ties with them, they didn't have any other place to go or anyone to rely on, leaving them with no choice but to rent out a tiny apartment that doesn't even come with a bathroom, slowly paying off their rent with part-time jobs.